We are backstage with Ben Askren. Ben, you got your hand raised in your UFC debut. I'm sure not exactly as you would have imagined it. Now that a little bit of time has passed since the fight, how do you look at that performance against Robbie Lawler?
Well, you say not exactly as I imagined, but that's actually kind of what I imagined, right? I mean, Robbie's tough as shit. The idea that I was going to go in there and take no damage and finish him, that's reaching, right? So I had a way more realistic mindset that I'm going to have to go in there and fight this man, and then I just got to figure out how to get my hands around his neck and choke the out of him, and that was what ended up happening.
Yeah, what happened in the beginning of that first round? Like, what was going through your mind? Because certainly to an observer, it looked like there was a lot of danger.
There was. You know what? I almost had his back taken just right away off the bat, and then you know what it was? I was like in a jiu-jitsu seatbelt position. And he just got his arm through to my leg, and he was so strong. He had me up and down so fast. I mean, it was like I didn't even have time to adjust, and I kind of landed on my head, and I suddenly lost my bearings. And you know where I was at, I just went up and down so fast I couldn't find his hands or anything. And I was trying to work on my position, and he ended up landing a bunch of really good strikes, which is what he does, you know. And I was able to fight up, get the takedown, and put him in a really bad position.
Did you fear that it would have been stopped at any time because it looked like maybe the ref was looking to jump in?
I didn't feel like that, although at that time I wasn't really thinking about the ref. I was thinking about finding his hands, you know? I gotta find this guy's hands so he's gotta stop hitting me. And that's all I was really thinking about. I wasn't really considering the ref. But to your answer, no, I did not feel, I haven't watched it. Okay. So I don't feel like I was in that much trouble. I feel like the slam hurt a little bit, and then after that, I felt fine.
Yeah, certainly difficult to assess also when you haven't watched it back or really let that adrenaline flow through. But let's talk about the choke. Yeah. Obviously, Robbie said that he, was totally fine in that position. What did you feel? What did you observe during that?
Well, I think the main thing is, and listen, I'm not the referee, but the referee comes in there, and Robbie's been in the cage 40, 50 times, and he says, I'm going to say, are you okay? Are you good down there? And that's what he did 3 times, and Robbie didn't really give anything. And actually, if you watch, the first time he kind of waves me off, I'm like, nah, there's no way he's waving me off. So I just keep squeezing, And then sure enough, there was still no reaction from Robbie. And then I figured, well, he's telling me to let him go, so I should let him go.
How did you feel about how, Herb Dean kind of handled it, Robbie handled it? Because it could have turned into a very tricky situation.
You know what? Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about it too much. And Robbie handled it like a professional. He's one of my favorite fighters. And, I feel bad that it had to end in a controversial fashion. But I have had a lot of people texting and messaging me, smart people, not people who know fighting. And they said he was done. And the other thing about that is, not only, I think I had almost 2 minutes left in the round. So it's not like he would have had to survive for the next 5 seconds. He would have to survive for the next 2 minutes. I mean, and you see me, I crush effing watermelons. I don't play around. I'm going to crush tracheas, too.
All right, so you got your hand raised by joke, just as you actually predicted to me when I thought you said joke very awkwardly. Yeah, that was not my proudest moment. But did you have any octagon jitters? Did you feel nervous at all?
You know what? I felt more calm for this fight than ever. I don't know, there was just a sense of like, and everyone kept asking me, is this different? And it was just like, this is where I should be. This is, this is what it is. And it was almost like in past fights, I focused too much on precision and focused too much on getting it done perfectly. And if I don't look great, these guys aren't quite at my level, and people criticize that. And it was like, I'm just gonna go fight this guy and get my hand raised any way I can. And so it was just like this sense of calm and enjoyment. And not everyone gets to fight in front of 20,000. I earned this. I worked my ass off to earn this in my life. And so it just felt like, it just felt like the right moment.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really nice to hear, actually. I know that you told Dana there's lots of people, in the division that you're ready to go against. Yeah. But if the UFC says, hey, Ben Askren, why don't you pick whoever you want to face? Yeah. What name would you give, or what order of names?
Well, I'm already going to London to fight the winner of Till Masvidal.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I haven't really looked at anything besides that since now, but we'll see.
Okay, fair enough. Well, enjoy your time off. Enjoy your trip to London. Congratulations on your first UFC victory.
I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.